Man, I don't know where to start with you. I don't know where to start. Let's just start at the beginning of your journey, man. So I met you and you were playing high school ball, and we can get into all that. But let's talk about before all that. Let's talk about the journey starting off, you and your brother. Where'd you guys start playing? Where were you? Were you here locally in Charlotte? Where'd you guys?
Yeah, we were here locally in Charlotte, near like the Monroe area, far away from South. It was like a 40 minute away from Charlotte, from South. It was like a friend from elementary, and he was like, "Oh, you guys should come, just be part of the team. It's like a family team. Both of you guys should come." Or they knew Marco more, because Marco was the best one, the star player. And Marco was just like, "Oh, yeah, Fernando, you should come with." It's just a group of friends, and that's how it all started. We just started with a family team, and kind of grew from there. A lot of our exposure came from there.
But before that exposure, like you guys had to be working pretty hard when you were younger. Like, did you play multiple sports? You guys were just strictly soccer? Were your parents really into soccer? Like, how did you get to that point?
Well, my favorite sport was baseball.
Really?
Yes, baseball was my sport, but it didn't work out well for me. Knowing dad playing soccer as well, so my Marco was basketball, so we both had like different sports at first, but then as dad came in our lives more, we started focusing more on soccer since looking at him play soccer and stuff. So we started liking the game. And
what age was this? What do you think?
6, 7, 8. We started pretty young. Soccer. It was in our DNA basically. Like it's just as soon as we touched the ball, it was like, oh, it's normal. Like this is for us. Like this is it. And it pretty much started off from there. After that, my dad told us to just kick around a bit. He saw something in us, so he started taking that into consideration, and it's like, all right, this kid could actually be something.
Yeah, he started putting more into you,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
So yeah, that's how it started.
So just start off you two playing with your dad, right?
Yes, us two. What we had just out of a spark came out of here.
And then when was the first time he put you guys on a team?
That family team. It was a Portugal. That was a team called. It was Portugal. We had a Portugal jersey. You know, really like we didn't have money like that back in the day, so we just had this uniform. Portugal uniforms. Our name was just Portugal, and we would just went out there and ball out.
And you just played against a couple other local teams.
Yeah, we played a couple like local teams and also like other serious academy teams since. We were like a good team. We were beating every local team easily. So they were like, all right, let's move you into like good club teams now. Let's see if you guys can perform against club teams, not just a little team get together.
Yeah. And I know you and your brother had to push each other a lot, right? Mm-hmm. Constantly. Were there other players at that age that were pushing you guys, or were you guys kind of like already kind of a little bit separated, or were you guys kind of still on an even playing field with everybody?
It was our team. I'm not gonna lie. Our team was like a superstar team. Like we actually had a girl on our team as well. Amazing. It was my first time seeing a girl actually play like a guy. Body guys like a guy. Like she was not scared to do anything. She's Emily. She quit soccer a while ago, but all of our team was kind of like up there. It pushed each other basically because when one person would do one thing, the other one would just be like, whoa, no way. Like, if she can do it, if he could do it, like, we can for sure do it. So it was kind of like that kind of mindset. And, yeah, pretty much we were just, like, each other helping each other grow. You
guys are really lucky to have, like, because imagine if you didn't have a superstar team at that level, right? Yeah. You guys would just been like, oh, like, we're already the best, so, like, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Right? Yeah, of course. And also playing, like, because we wouldn't play our age group. At a certain time, there came, it was like, all right, these kids are playing way out of their ordinary, so let's bump up like a grade or like an age group. And we took our first loss against a 17-year-old team. They were just bigger,
you were what,
faster.
At the time?
We were 10.
You were 17 too.
Yes.
So 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds.
Yes, 17-year-olds. They were much bigger, obviously, much stronger, faster, better positioning in the ball. Like everything was just better. That was the first time we took a loss, and we were just like, oh, like heartbroken, sad, we suck. You know, there's no way we would go from undefeated season, no one beating us being the superstar team, and then here comes older guys and Nah, cause
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So what? That was the reaction though. At what point was it? Was it like? Did you guys realize like? At what point during your age did you realize like this is something serious that I'm gonna follow through with?
We played against this club named Bayense. It was a good club, I would say, or at least what I've seen. So I was just like, all right. And they're like, all right, we want you guys to come play against our club. And there's a lot of good kids that I've been known and seen before. And so I was like, all right, it's going to be a good game. Like, I know for sure it's not going to be a walk in the park, you know. So I was like, all right. And that day, me and Marco just blew it out. Like, we was just on a roll. Everything was working out fine. It was just perfect. Like, I remember, like, one ball, they crossed it. I made a nice diagonal run. They crossed it. Marco was following up right behind me. I turned, and I just chested to him, and he just volleyed it upper 90. And right there, I was just like, wait. No way he just did that. That's like something you see, like, I go home and see Man U United, dude. That's when CR7 was there. So, see, these guys, big-time players do. Like, there's no way we just did that.
In a big-time game.
Yeah, in a big-time game against a good club. So I was like, oh, you know what? After that game, we won 3-2. Close game. The coach came over, and they were like, oh, we want you guys. We want the brothers to be on our team. And we were like, I can't do it because it's like our team, like it's like our family team. Like we are, nobody had knew us, you know. We kind of like build our confidence with them. They will give us confidence, be like, oh, Fernando, you're great. It is, you know, word right there. And they would be like, you're good, you can be someone. Both of you guys can. And they would push us. And it was like, and now that we get here to this point, it's like, we don't want to let go of that team. But coach ended up quitting that year, and we went to move on to that club, and that's when we actually said, all right, if this coach actually wants us, we're doing something. Like, you know, it's not just out here and it's a hobby. It's not.
So you made that move then?
Yeah. Then I was just soccer is it. This is the life.
That was the point. Now were you guys, I mean, your first coach on that family team, mm-hmm. I mean, was there a lot of growth there? Was there a lot of learning? Like you learned a lot? Or was the serious learning once you got to this?
It was serious learning when I got to the club. In the family team, it was just like know the basics, you know, mm-hmm. Enjoy the game. It was he would use the never grow up of Nike back in the day whenever they used to interview like Zlatan and Ronaldo and Ronaldinho. It was never grow up, my friends, and that was what he would say. Go out there and have fun. You know, it would be the type of coach who was like, oh, if you scored 3 goals or 2, you get $1, or whenever the paletero comes, you get a lollipop or you get something. So it was like that. It was just the basics of scoring, of having that love for the game, and that's basically how much I play now. Is just that, like, I have to, instead of a paleta or getting $1 now, is becoming professional, you know, winning more than just $1 now.
Yeah, so you moved into this club. Were you guys welcomed right away, I guess? Were you guys kind of, like, when you came onto this new club, were you kind of automatically, like, at the top again?
No, it was hard. It was hard because now there was other kids better than me, you know. There was other kids that already knew the position, how to move, their body, positioning, passing, moving off the ball, little things that I wasn't taught yet.
You had to catch up with that stuff.
And it was completely different, because then they wanted me to switch positions. They're like, oh, you're not this position anymore. You're going to play this position, and this is how you play this position.
So now, so when did you jump into Schoolball and start playing Schoolball?
Middle school. In middle school, 6th grade. They told me that in 6th grade, no 6th grader play on the team. So my brother, obviously, he's older than me, a year older than me. Marco was in 7th grade, and he made the team. So parents would be working, so I have to, like, wait for him, you know, watch practices. And one day I went out there, and they were missing. They were doing, like, shootings, and they were missing, and I was just talking. I was like, oh, you're not good. Like, I should be on the team. And the coach heard me. And I said it, like, I kept saying it because they kept missing, and I was just chasing the balls, throwing it back, you know, helping them out. And then coach was like, all right, since you all talking over there, come over here and do it. And I got nervous. I was like, oh, like, I got put in the spot, so okay. I went out there, and Marco was like, you got it, like, just relax. He was the one that played me the ball, took a touch, finish, great finish. So like side netting, down low, keeper just looked at it. And I was like, I was happy, obviously, and I shouldn't even been out there. So I was like, yeah, coach, you want me to try again or what? And then he was like, oh, you can't be out here, but all right, let's see if you got it in you. And so when I scored an upper 90, and I was like, all right, I'm set here. Like this is for me. Like soccer is for me. You know, whenever pressure is put on me, it comes naturally. It just, I perform, like it's there. So I was like, all right, this is my love. This is my sport.
Yeah. So then you just practiced with the team then? Is that what was going
basically
on?
I just practiced. I just didn't play. That year they won conference, and I was basically like a mascot, just celebrating in the sideline because I couldn't practice or be on the bench or anything. So the team picture, I was in the team picture. It was funny. It was just a little kid right there, and it was nice. There, I started practicing there. I got my realization in like bigger players because obviously in middle school, kids didn't look as they do now. They looked older, so they were much bigger, and I had the time to look at them and acknowledge from their style of play.
Yeah. So you got to play with your brother next year, right? Yeah. I'm sure that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Now, what I'm interested to hear about the year after that, though. You and your brother would have been separated for a year, right? You were still playing middle school ball. He was off playing high school. So what was that experience like?
Much harder because I didn't have that player no more. You know, I didn't have that player that would give me that confidence or that player that was there on me, you know, constantly like, you're doing this wrong, like you're doing this bad, like do this better. You can do this 10 times better. You give this pass, it was okay pass. You can do a good pass, and that was Marco. Marco was always never satisfied with my performance, never. He was always, you scored, but you could have scored 2 more goals. Scored 2 goals, yeah, but you could have scored a hat trick. Scored a hat trick, yeah, you could have scored 4 and assisted. So it was just like something that always pushed me, you know, to my limit. Always, all right, I gotta give more. Because of Marco. Like if Marco's saying this as a good player, I can't think of what other coaches are saying. You know, he could have done that, then I could have. So it was kind of harder, and I did push myself that year a lot. I pushed myself, and came short. We won conference, but my goal was to win the MVP after Marco. Marco won it twice, 7th grade and 8th grade. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna win it 8th grade now that he's not here. You know, and I thought I proved myself to win the MVP, but came up short to one of my friends, and that broke my heart. That humbled me, I would say, a lot, because I wouldn't say, a lot of people say I'm cocky and, or you're like arrogant or whatever. It's not that. It's just that I'm confident, you know. I know what I can bring to the table. I know what I'm capable of. I've done things, I've seen things, I've done that caught me by shock as well as other people. So that's why instead of walking like not confidence is not me, like I'm confident. I know I can do it. I'm gonna show you I can do it. And some people might say, oh yeah, he's cocky. All right. Yeah, he thinks he's up here, but he's not there yet. And it's just I want to be up there, so I'm gonna make my image come off that I'm up there.
Confidence is something you definitely have. There's been a couple instances I've been with you, and I was like, wow, this guy has just got so much confidence. Nothing could knock him down. I'm telling you. I mean, you could walk into a room and like just be put on the spot with anything. One time we were out. I was helping out with a practice somewhere at Ortho Carolina, and you were out there, and you were doing some kind of like behind the leg shot.
A Rabona crossbar?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Under the crossbar, and you were doing them, and I think you hit it a couple times, and I came by, and you were like, hey, you want to give it a try? I was like, man, I haven't tried that in so long. Like, I probably don't even have the power to get it up there. Yeah. And you're just like, come on, man. Like, what's it hurt to try, you know? Mm-hmm. It's like you got to have the confidence to do it.
Yeah.
And I was so set on not doing it. And you said that a couple times. I was like, you know what? Why not? And I did it, and I almost hit it.
You almost did, yeah.
And I was like,
remember.
Man. And that was actually a big moment for me, with you, is thinking like, yeah, you know what? I'm out of the game, and I haven't been playing a whole lot, but like, you got to have confidence no matter what you're doing. You know? It makes a big difference.
And then like, on everything that you do, you need to have confidence. I would say that, because if you don't have confidence, then you're gonna lack. You know, something's gonna go wrong, and you're gonna be like, oh, why? Like, why didn't that work out?
What do you Do you have to mentally check yourself sometimes of coming off and bringing some of that confidence back, like you talked about, how it kind of comes off as arrogance sometimes, or you just kind of, if people are going to think it, they're going to think it?
People are gonna think what they're gonna think, man. Like I've seen that this way. Like it's been a journey, and whatever people see, they're just gonna think of what they think. They don't see it in your perspective, and that's at the end of the day. That's what you gotta see. You gotta know what you. You.
Mm-hmm.
No one knows you. Everybody else is just opinions and what they see, and they don't exactly know you until they sit down with you and they have a talk with you. We can have tea or whatever. We can talk and catch up.
Do we have any tea, Mateo? You have some tea for us? I hear what you're saying. So now let's jump up and let's talk about your. I think we're just gonna take your journey the whole way, man. We're just gonna go all the way through.
Like it. Go ahead.
You're under. Let's talk about high school now. Okay. Your brother was there. A year before you. Was he at the same school? Mm-hmm. He was at South. Let's talk about your underclassmen years. I want to hear about those because that's before I really got to meet you, so I don't know a whole lot about that.
So
sophomore year. Yeah.
Freshman year could not play. I sat out. Crazy Fernando, 8th grade year.
Yeah.
After losing that MVP, I got upset because I worked hard for it. And I thought I made people know that. He's working hard. He's scoring goals. He's getting stats. He's gonna win it. And it didn't come off, and it humbled me a bit, and kind of, made me like talk to myself, be like, all right, do you really have it in you? And it kind of got to me, and didn't do well in school. It went a bad route, And I learned from my mistake. Lost some credits, failed some classes, could not play freshman year. Coming freshman year, I see Coach White. Coach White's like, oh, look, he's big. He's grown. He might be better than Marco. Everybody knows Marco. Marco's good, and he's small. Now imagine this kid, his brother could be better and all this, and I'm all excited. Next thing you know, they're like, "Oh, you're not eligible to play." And took that year, to actually realize and be like, "All right, you're at a bigger stage now. Not middle school anymore. You're not a little kid anymore. You're in your young adult ages. You're gonna grow. So now you gotta be more responsible. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and actually say, is this what you want? Then you can't be messing up. Like if you're gonna be in school, you gotta do good in school as well. You can't just do good in soccer and expect soccer to cover the whole grades, because it ain't.
Yeah.
And took a lot of that year. It took a lot to learn.
I bet that was really rough.
Yeah, it was rough. Yeah, I hated it because it was just, I was out there every day looking at them, and I liked it as well. As much as I didn't like it, I liked it because I learned a lot just by those people, just by looking, acknowledging how Marco takes on things, how the kids play, my position, of course, the aggression that the kids would bring. It would just be something for me to learn, and I can come in with that mindset next season, and they won't expect it because these people won't be here no more. And I kind of just try to take a little by little, all the seniors and all the older guys in me that were leaving are not going to be there on the team no more. So I was getting ready for that.
Yeah. And then,
sophomore year, that's when I put myself out there. Got on the team.
So you took care of your grades freshman year, huh?
Yeah, I took care of them. Yeah, for sure. I was just like, all right, you know what? Taking it off, not going to happen again. Get into school, get the studies then, and quits. So I did that, and went on to waited for sophomore year. Sophomore year was waiting for it. I was hungry for it, and came off sure against Catholic, 6-1. It was terrible. It was a lesson that we took that to the heart.
This is the story I want to hear. Yeah, I want a deep story about this.
This is what we took to the heart. Every day I practiced that year, sophomore year was a big year for us. Went in there. I wouldn't say we had a great season, but we had a good season. We had the key players for it, and we were beating all these big schools, and then we have Catholic third round. And we're like, Jesus, we haven't been Catholic all year. We lost 2 times at their home and at home. We were like, all right, we're gonna prepare for this team. It's the only team that we cannot beat. We're gonna beat this team. We're gonna have Manuel Figueroa in here, the machine. We're gonna have Walter. We're gonna have the other center, I forgot. Jesus Christ. Ethan. We're going to have Fernando. We're going to have Marco. We're going to have Brendan. We're going to have all these key players. They're not going to know what to expect, Went into that game great. First 15 minutes, pressing them, locking them down. We studied them well. Golazo from Ethan. Half, let's say, is on the half of their half. Hits it one time. Volley. Diagonal ball, upper 90. Side net, beautiful. The full stadium was full. It was amazing. I love that atmosphere. As soon as we scored, the whole South Mac just I know we felt the momentum. Like it felt like a live game. Like it was like a game you had to be there. At that point we were like, in my head I was like, we're winning this. There's no way. First 15 minutes they can't do nothing. They're getting frustrated. We all over them. More possession of the ball. We just scored this goal also. We on a momentum. I was like, we're gonna win. And it went downhill. As soon as that happened, right back takes the whole team, scores 1-1. I was like, no way. No one's going to foul that kid. At least just take one for the team. Take the yellow card, please. Have to. 1-1. In the half, 2-1. In the half, coach is telling us, guys, we're playing great. We just let go of the gas pedal. We just are in shock now. They scored 2 goals in the last 5 minutes. We just let go. We had this momentum we were on and we started great, but now we're just kind of off. We're falling off. And I was like, yeah, let's go back in with the same mentality, same thing. On their next first 15 minutes, let's show them that we're going to come back. It just started going downhill, man. Started second half, 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6. I was heartbroken. I seen the 6th goal. I was like, all right, we lost here. But I turn around and look at the scoreboard, and it's 30 minutes into it's barely 10 minutes into the first half. We still have 30-some minutes, 32 minutes left in the game. I was like, there's no way. We have 32 minutes left in the game and 6-1 already. Walter got a red card. It all went bad. And I was just like, all right, we lost. We took that to the heart. Everyone was out there, principal, everything, whole school. And I cried. That was my first time crying, I think, in front of the crowd. It was embarrassing, for me at least. I took that as an embarrassment for the whole team the whole school to come out here and us to have the title to win this, and we lose 6-1. Were we out there even playing, guys? Come on, that just went through my head, and that's what I think went through most of the guys' head as well. The returning players took that in the same way I did. We had the same mentality. We got back on the bus and we said to each other, it's not happening no more. It was like, it's not happening. That's never going to happen ever again. Not one team is going to come and embarrass us like that in front of our school again. Never.
So after you said that, what were the steps you took? What changes did you make that upcoming year? Because I know you made a lot of changes.
A lot. I had to look at myself, because what could have I done for it to be different? I didn't want to point fingers and say, oh, it was she who did that. We lost. I looked at myself, what did I do to help the team? So same mentality was with Marco. He was like, oh, you didn't play well. You didn't do this. You didn't pass. You didn't shoot. Had nothing. You didn't do nothing. So I was like, all right. And I was like, well, you didn't either, because obviously you weren't on the scoreboard either. Right. And we kind of got each other like that. And he was like, all right. And we made the changes as in be there 2 hours or an hour early than the team, me and Marco, before and after practice, every day, all during summer. After that day, the whole team, because we said that in front of the team, Brad Sharp was our captain, right, and Joe. And they were like, yeah, if you're not on board with us, you're more than welcome to walk out that door and not be on the team. Some kids left. Some kids that we never thought would leave. Shocked us, but they left and had to accept that and just work. Whoever was there, it was work every day. Since after that happened, the next day we got to work. We were not playing. We're not joking of what we said. We got straight to it.
Wow. And this is outside of Coach White.
This is outside of Coach White. Not there. No one. It was just the team. Us decided that as one. He was like, you know what? Coach is a great coach and everything, but at the end of the day, it comes in between us. Coach is not playing inside the game. It's us playing. So do we want it, or you're just gonna come here and mess around? Because if you are, then I don't want you in the team. And that was everybody's mindset after that. It was like, we're going to get it, and if you're not with it, then hop off the train, because this train is going for it.
Okay.
And that's how it went.
Wow. And we all know what happened after that, right?
You know what that happened. Step by step, one game at a time. It was great. Practices were more intense now. It was like, if you would look at us at practice, you would guess that we hated each other, because that's how it was. We would go in to kill each other, go in with cleats on our shins. One is bleeding from his nose, other with the black eye. It was just war out there. It was war. It was who wanted it more, and we were all fighting for obviously a spot on the starting lineup. So it was intense. We every day at practice, it was hard. It was always a fight. It was like, oh, why are you pushing me? And it was like, you gotta get better, and that's the only way I'm gonna get you better. The other opponent is not gonna tell you softly and be like, oh, can I take the ball away from you and score on you right there? Nah, they came us, they slapped us in our face, they punched us. We lost 6-1. That's not gonna happen no more. Not one team is gonna come and do that again. And that's what we did. So we battled each other to make us strong together, and that's what made us close. That going hard at each other every practice, like we hated each other, brought the best out of us, and that was against each other. And when we played against someone else, we were all there for each other. It was never one man by himself. It was one man who got the whole team on you.
Yeah, and that's what it showed to be too. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about. We have a lot of film of your junior year, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's amazing to me that you can visualize all of these things that have happened. Like, you can remember the right back took the ball all the way down the field. You can remember that, the pass off the chest to your brother when you were like however old, 7 years old. Like, that amazes me. I have a couple instances, but like, you have so many that you can visualize and remember. Where I'm a visual person too, but I can't keep it all locked up in here. It's all mixed together. It's crazy to me that you can, but I think that helps fuel you, because like, you remember those moments so crystal clear that you're not going to let certain things happen. You want to relive certain things, and you don't want to relive certain things. And it pushes you, like, doesn't push you just in the game scenario, but it pushes you in waking up practice. It doesn't matter what it is. It pushes you all the time. I think that's really crazy that you can do that.
Yes.
Let's talk about, but we do have a bunch of visuals that we can go back and relive. I'm sure you remember a lot of that junior year, and you've actually went back and watched some of that stuff.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
What's so I guess you can kind of bring everybody into what happened your junior year. And then I just want us to relive some of those, like some of the big moments, like just the exciting moments, and we can show everybody too at home kind of what's going on.
Okay. Well, first off was the start of the season. We started great the season. I think we played against Myers Park or Porter Ridge. Our first two games, demolished them. Porter Ridge, I think it was a 4-1 game. Myers Park was like a 5-0 or 5-1, I think. I don't recall exactly the scoreboard, but we went there and did our job.
South Beck goal, number 13, Ethan De Silva. And there's a goal, number 14, Colin Carpenter.
In the first 6-7 games, Marco had already had 14 goals, and I had 12, right in behind him. Both high up there in the goal streak. Marco was first and I was second, and that's the first time we had a reporter come in and take a picture of us. So the Garcia brothers, the high score brothers, carrying on South Meck, and it was
Garcia brothers. That's right.
It was a big. That right there was like, all right, we're on to something.
South Beck goal, number 9, Fernando Garcia. goal by number 7, Marco Garcia. That was Fernando Garcia off an excellent pass by Reed Honeycutt. South Met goal, Marco Garcia from Fernando Garcia.
And it's not just us, because, like I said, it wasn't just me pushing. It was the whole team pushing me as well. It was pushing me to be at my best. I would say by far that was the best team I've ever been in. That's my number one team. I would always want that team. If I could have that team, I would always love to have that team, because they knew, they knew what I could bring to the table, and they helped me. Even if I was lacking sometimes, they would help me get back on track. They would push me to be the best. They were like, Fernando, you're not performing the way you should. You should be scoring these goals. You should be assisting. You should be playing at your top level. And that's what I like, because I brought the best out of them too. As maybe sometimes in the field I was yelling at them, and it might come off as me being mad or angry, but it's just my passion for soccer. I love soccer, and they knew that. They knew my passion for soccer, and me talking to them like that was not in a negative way, but in a positive way. To help them see it in my perspective is what I try to put them at. That, yeah, you're good, but you can be better than that. Ethan, Alec, Brad, Joe, you might not have the great body, but you're a good defender. You read the plays. You need to do this a little bit different. Do that. Let Brad do more of the athletic work, because he's more of an athlete. Ethan cover it, like everything. Just I like to help on a little bit things, because that's what I want. I want critique. I love critique. Tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah, you were almost taking what you had learned from your brother.
Yes.
You knew that fueled you, so you kind of learned that style
Yes.
and push it to them.
Yes, and I told the guys as well, tell me when I do something wrong. Because sometimes they would get mad. They would be like, oh, Fernando, you're always telling me to do this, and I'm always doing wrong. And I was like, all right, well, don't feel bad to tell me, because that's what's, I'm trying to help you grow, and you telling me my errors and my mistakes, I'm growing. Even though sometimes I might not like you telling me that, but you telling me that, it's going to be like, all right, I don't like you telling me that, so I'm going to work on that, so you won't tell me that no more.
Yep.
And you're going to, all right, instead of telling me, you're just going to be like, all right, Fernando, great job. Mm-hmm. And I like that. Because it helps me. Like, you're improving me. You're making me be at my best. And that's what I like to give. You help me, I help you. And we help each other. And that's what happened that year. We helped each other a lot. I think most of our team was all conference, all region. I think Marco was Reed was also All-American, I think. Reed and Marco.
Either that year or the next year.
Yeah.
For Reed, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
All-American. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was that's what I said. We helped all of us. Like it was all, like, we all knew what was up, what we could bring to the table, and I think we showed. I think it was 23-0-2.
Yeah, or something like that. 23-0-2.
I don't have my ring, fellas, but I would have brought it.
Why didn't you bring the ring, man?
It's safe. It's just have it there, and no one's touching it.
Right.
All
right, 23-0-2. You guys went all the way. You won the state championship. What are some of your favorite? I mean, you talked about the mentality and stuff, but what are some of your favorite highlights from that season that like if you were to go back and we could all watch right now, like what would be like really pump you up?
Playoff game against Malik Creek. Loved it. Scored a banger. I think Manuel was right there, like 5 yards from me, and I was like, no, pass it. Pass it, take one touch, smacked it, upper 90, hit the post in, and I was like, oh, thank God. I missed two, and I had to make up for it. So once I scored that, I was like, yes. And plus, it's a playoff game. I think it was first round. Won that Malik Creek, and also assisted to Marco and Tomash with the chip. It was nice. It was nice. It was a nice team performance, and I played good. So I love that. That's my favorite
Fernando Garcia. South Bend goal, number 25, Tomas Figueredo.
My favorite one, I would say against Huff game. I feel
Okay,
like
walk me through that one again.
Huff game was a tough game.
Home game?
Away. It was at Ramblewood, actually.
Oh,
up here, in
yeah,
the stadium. Yep. Oof, man, I'm telling you, I was nervous. I was riding up with Marco and Tomas. I was in the back seat, and I was like, yo, guys. I had to say something because I was nervous. I was sweating. Hands were shaking. My body was shaking. I was like, all right, guys. And he was like, Marco parks the car. We get there, and he's like, yes. He's like, I'm nervous. I don't know if you guys are nervous, but I'm nervous. My hands are shaking. Like, I don't know, man. This is going to be a hard game. Marco was like, it is. He's like, I'm nervous too. Tomas as well. He's like, yes, I'm nervous, man. You know, we before getting out the car, we took a prayer. You know, we said, God, thank you letting us be here in this moment. We would not be here without you, and be you guiding us throughout this game. Give us the effort, the strength, the smartness to beat this team, and give us a calmness right now because we're a bit nervous. And amen. Went out there. As soon as I stepped on the field, all went away. Everything is just back to business in the office. You know, I was like, whoa, I'm ready. You know, because Brad was telling me, you ready? I was like, I'm ready. Joe, Colin, Jacob, Cameron, all these kids, Tommy, Josh, Maynard, Manuel, Ethan, Alec, Harish, everyone just handshaking me. Coach White, finally, you ready? I was like, I'm ready. I'm ready for this. I was nervous, but I was ready. Best game. I feel like I performed my best in that game. I gave it all, tackling. My favorite moment was winning the game. The scarce of that game, it was a 1-1, I think.
Yeah.
And no.
It was close. Was it 1-1 though?
Was it a 1-1? I'm not sure. I think it was a 1-0
really
game.
close.
Yeah, it was a close game. And,
yeah, it might have been. I think it was tied 0-0 for a good bit of it.
Yeah. And they had a corner. Oh, this scared me. I had a heart attack right there and then. So corner is a in-swinger from the right side, and kid crosses it. I missed the header. I turn, and the kid has it, and it hits the upper 90 post, and it hits down right on the line. Brad is right there in the post. I can remember it vividly. Harish is just staring at it. It hits the line. I look at the sideline, and I was like, do not call the goal. And I was like, just kick it, Brad, kick it. He kicks in. Nobody called anything. Everybody was saying, go. And I was like, play. Like, the ref didn't say anything. You go on. Because the ref is the one. If we stop and, like, hesitate, they're going to count the goal because we even given up the goal. Mm-hmm. So it was just play on. And they didn't call it. And I was like, oh, thank God. Jesus Christ. But I mean, we had some. I had a switch on the ball. Reed hit the upper 90 post as well with that curve, and Marco did too in the second half. It was a good game. It was back and forth. But my favorite, by far, my whole favorite in the high school was assisting the goal to win. It was a corner kick last 30 seconds, 40 seconds of the game. Jacob, terrible cross, but puts it in there. I was running in. I had to backtrack now. So it was a terrible cross. I jumped for it like a diving header. Try to just put it in the box because it's telling you, the last 40 seconds. I was like, all right, this is going to do it. Go in there, dive in, lands on Colin. Colin hits it, hits the defender. I was like, no, someone just come. Ethan comes out of nowhere and just taps it in there.
Comes flying in.
Once he taps it in there, it was a great feeling. It was just like, wow. Like, today I faced my fear and I faced that. Like, I beat it, you know, and my emotion got the best of me. I started crying. It was just the best feeling. I was just like, wow, like I played my best. I was nervous before the game. Thought I was going to lose. Thought I was going to lose with that goal right there. Came back, gave the assist. I don't care, you know, at the end of the day, if I score, I'm happy for me. Applause to me. And if I didn't, I don't care. If I can just help the team win, I'm happy, you know. And once we won, it was just a great feeling. I started crying. I was like, no way. I was like, I told Brad and Harish were the first ones to hug me. I was like, oh, that was like, man, I played my heart out for you guys. Like, I love you guys. Like, we're going to the national championship. I was like, yes.
State championship.
State
but
championship.
it probably felt like
we were
national
going there.
championship.
I was like, we were going to the state championship. I was like, I'm ready. Like, I've been working. And I was like, I love you guys. Like, I'm going to give my 100 all the time for you guys. And we ended up winning the game 1-0. It was a great. That was my favorite. I would say my memory to remember. It's always just repeating in my head. Like, it gives me chills looking at the video, because it was just like the play was over. It was not a good cross, but just to keep it alive, and then the team to just come through, Ethan to come through and score the goal. It was just amazing. It's amazing to get that dub.
One of my most memorable ones, and I don't know why I remember this one. I think it's just because I put so much time into putting it together, and before we posted it. It was against East Meck. They kicked it off. Oh, I put like a countdown on the video.
13 seconds, I think it was.
13 or 14 seconds. Yes. They kicked off with the ball. You went down and like you pressured it on the side enough
I got
to
a
where
touch.
you got a touch, turned it over, then they played it back to you and you put it in. And I did like a timer and it was like 13 something before it even went in. And I guess I remember it because it took so long to put it together. But that's when that goal went in. That's when I was like, this team is way better than their competition right now. Because, that was my first year. I was still trying to level it out. I didn't really understand the level of the competition. I was seeing you guys play, and I just thought that's where it was, and didn't realize like how much higher you guys were than everybody. Yeah. Obviously, it's not as memorable to you because it wasn't a big game, but...
No, of course. That was, I think, the game before that we played against, I think it was Harding. Well, but we won, but it wasn't a great performance, according to Coach White. And came East Meck is a team that had a good regular season. So we weren't like, it wasn't like Coach was just like, all right, if Harding, you guys took it easy, I don't want you guys to take it easy with East Meck. They have good players that could make some goals. So let's not get confident. I want you guys to come out strong, like show me that you guys want. And I was like, all right, and that's what we did. We were just like, all right. As soon as that whistle goes, we're going to prove Coach Wright that we actually want this. Like, we're not messing around. And, we went out there, pressed. I'm the striker there, so I'm the target man. I like to hustle guys down. The pressure is coming. Just know that, when I'm running towards you. So I'm coming for you. So when I did that, got to the ball, tried my hardest to get to the ball. It did. Turn over the ball, connected one pass to Marco. Marco passed it to me, goal. I was like, yes. Fast and quick. I was like, Coach Wright, you like that? Sub out.
But you really wanted more goals.
Yeah.
All right, so you graduated. I know you weren't able to play your senior year. You were at Charlotte. Things didn't work out. We don't really have to get into that. I'm more interested in what you did after that. So how did you get connected? How did you make these travels? Like, where did that even start?
After Charlotte, I got upset because it was a great year as well.
Yeah.
Came in.
You can talk about it if you want. Yeah.
Yeah. Came in, took the starting position as senior. Was the only freshman playing. Was playing. I wouldn't say playing great because I wasn't scoring a lot, but I was playing good for a freshman. Just playing good. It was listening to everything. It was a new program. Everything was new, and so I was just trying to listen and learn. And obviously, it didn't work out. So I got depressed. I lost kind of everything. So I got depressed, got sad. Didn't play soccer for like a month or a month and a half. And
that's big for you.
Yeah. And I told Marco, I was like, dude, Marco was at the moment is playing at Sweden for Trollhättan FC. He was like, I'll call him sad. And I'm like, dude, I haven't been playing soccer for a month and a half. He was like, what's wrong? And, I tell him, catch up with him. He's like, all right, you know what? Work out, start getting in shape. I'm going to try to make something happen for you. And I was like, all right. He's like, trust me. Just don't ask questions. Just get in shape. And I was like, all right. I was like, all right, I can trust Marco. Marco's a big-time player. Now he's playing in Sweden overseas. So I was like, all right. Started working out. And he hits a transfer window where he moves to Asia to play soccer. And he was like, all right, Fernando, you can come with me. He's like, I told him that was one of the packages for me if they're going to transfer me to that team, that you can come with me. So I was like, no way. And he was like, yeah, they're going to pay me less, but I don't care. You come here, prove yourself. We're gonna get that money back.
Wow.
So it was like, all right, you putting that trust in me, then I'm ready for it. Went there and completely different. A whole different everything. Atmosphere is a whole different world. It's just the language, the people, the air you breathe, everything. The fields, the style of play. Just it was a learning experience for sure. Was there for 9 months. Played soccer there. It was great. Made good players. They would always have like this international team come and play. They would want us to participate, but we couldn't, because as soon as you participate in those type of I signed an amateur contract, so I wasn't getting paid or anything. So that's how I was able to come back and go to school. But it was they wanted me to play on these teams, and it was quality. It was, I wouldn't say it was high like Barcelona and Real Madrid, and you have Liverpool playing out here pinging balls and all over the place. No. But it was good. It was good learning experience to just have that something different in me helped me a lot. And I played all right. Had 6 goals, 6 assists. It was good. Came like kind of like halfway through the season, but it was good. It was a learning experience for sure.
Okay. And then, so you're there, you're playing with him. I'm sure you enjoy being back with your brother. What was the decision from there?
After that, money-wise, because we were playing good. We got some looks by teams, Sporting and Lisbon, and also PCV, I think it is.
Okay.
That's in Netherlands.
Okay.
And Ajax. And they were like, oh, you want both of them, But first, mainly Marco, because Marco had a whole season. Marco had, I think he had 32 or 28 goals.
Wow.
Throughout the whole season. Marco's out there. So I was like, all right. So I was like, go ahead, Marco. He was like, no, bro, like, I'm like, you just need to work, like, do this more. And I was like, no, you don't need to explain to me. This is for you. This is a chance for you. Go get it. You know what I'm saying? Just go out there.
That was big for you to say that, because he probably wouldn't have done it if you wouldn't have said that.
Yeah, and then the team was like, all right, we're not letting you guys go till after the season, because before that season, the team was like lowest in the rankings, so once we got there, we were fighting for first. We were at first halfway through the season, and we came to second with the point. So we were like up there fighting. So they're like, no, we're not letting you guys go until after the season. So our opportunity for Ajax and Sporting and all these teams went away. They weren't interested no more. So they're like, all right, because the transfers window was coming up for us to go, and missed on that. So after that, we didn't like it, of course, because it's like we're coming in here for the opportunity, and now that we do have the opportunity, you're gonna shut that down because of a season for your club. Like, come on, man, help me out here. And so I departure that, and plus I had my mom. Mom is a big thing for me. She would call me all the time, and she would just cry. She'd be like, "Oh, like, come home now. Like, I want to see you play here. Like, I loved seeing you play at Charlotte, seeing you play at South Bay. Like, just come home." And I was just like, you know what? Like, all right, if because at the end of the day, man, they're getting old, and you never know, like, people has been like passing away, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna do it for them. Like, at the end of the day, if my oldies go, like, I just want to know that I made them happy and I did what they wanted me to do. So
that's cool.
I came back and I was just like, all right, you want me to do school? Yeah. What you want me to do, Ma? You want me to do this? Then I'll do it, And that's what I did. Came back. But, man, let me tell you, man, I came back and it was hard. After Charlotte, it was it's not good for me anymore. Any schools were not interested. It was bad. So this is where I would say I'm a believer of God. I'm a true believer. I believe in Him. I've put all my faith on Him. Came back a week. Didn't have no one interested in me. I hit up schools. I sent emails, made calls, sent messages, texted UNC Charlotte, called them, help me out. This ignored, no response. I was like, all right, I'm lost now. I don't know. I have nowhere to go. get on my knees, man, and I'm just like, God, help me out here, man. I was like, I know I've made some mistakes. I know things haven't been working out for me, but I can't do this without you. You know, I can only do some certain things with you, by myself, and with you, I know I can achieve anything. And it was just a prayer for a whole week, out of nowhere, man. I'm telling you, out of nowhere, UNCG just calls me, like, hello, Maya, who's this? Oh, this is University of Greensboro, Fernando. How are you? And I was like, mute that real quick, and I started crying. Like, I shed 2 tears. I was like, this is God. I was like, there's no way. Like, this is for sure God. I hadn't even sent an email to UNCG or anything, not a message or anything to UNCG. And they're just calling me out of the blue. That doesn't happen.
Right.
You know? So I was just like, all right, unmute. And I was like, hello, yeah, this is Fernando. He was like, all right, great. He was, how are you? And I was like, good. Where are you playing? Do you have any team? We're interested in you. I was like, oh, this is great. You know, I was just like, nope, I'm not playing in no team, nowhere. I'm actually looking for one. I'm looking for a home here. He was like, all right, can you come in as soon as you can? And I was like, come right now if you would like. He was like, all right, come tomorrow. And I met with him the next day. You know, I had to walk through him about what happened at Charlotte, what I did after. Obviously, they haven't had footage or seen me play recently. So they're like, we don't know if you are good, or, you lowered, or did you progress? So I was like, all right. He's like, but look, Fernando, I'm going to put this simple for you. I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to talk to you straight up like it is, like a man. And I was like, all right, love that. I was like, you know what? No. I made mistakes. I had to look myself in the mirror and say, what are you doing? Fernando, like, is this soccer thing is what you want? Then you can't be messing up. You can't be doing these mistakes that you're doing. You can't be out here trying to live life and go on with your life. You can't. Being a professional soccer player comes a lot with it. And I told him, I was like, I'm ready. He's like, all right, you're going to have to walk this straight line, Fernando. There's a straight line right here. You have to walk it. Come here. You can't come in here in this program and do whatever you want. I was like, all right, I accept that. I was like, if you're taking me under your wing, I'm going to listen. You're giving me a second opportunity, I'm going to listen. I'm going to take that, and I'm not going to let that go. I was like, we love that. Now, we started talking about school-wise, credits, hours, all this other stuff. Wasn't eligible. They're like, oh, you're missing this and that. And I was like, all right. He's like, let me try to work something out here. Maybe you could come, but you won't be on the team, but you can get your credits here. And I was like, all right. He's like, but we can't give you a scholarship. And I was like, can't do that, man. College is really expensive. And I promised my parents, I was like, you guys are not going to pay none of my career. None of it. After high school, you're just not going to pay for anything. I got it myself. You guys helped me a lot now. Through 18 years, I think I got it from here, Wow. And told him, I was like, can't do it. I was like, I can't. And left. Next day, he called. I kept praying after that. I was like, all right, if a door opened, maybe another door has closed now because of money situations. I was like, kept praying. I was like, God, if this is your signal to me that doors are opening for me, then I'm accepting it. I'm putting all faith in you. I put everything in your hands, and just help me. 2 days max, calls me back. Oh, I found I got great. I have good news and bad news. I was like, all right, let me hear the bad news first, because I like it. Let me take it to the chin. You can't play for us this year. And I was like, all right, what's the good news? I got a team for you. They give you a full ride. You wouldn't have to pay anything, but just registering in your house, like the housing. Perfect. I can do that for sure. We're talking about hundreds now. We're not talking about thousands. Right. So I was like, I can do this. And that was Northeast Texas Community College.
Yeah. I had no idea you were going.
Yep.
So you just finished up there, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm. It just finished up their season.
I saw your. Who is this guy filming your season? Is this just a team member? Like,
yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I went there and it was, I went there with my head down. More humble now than ever.
Were your mom upset that you had to kind of go because you had just come back and then you had to go all the way?
She was upset, but she was like, "You're gonna get out of that. You dig yourself in a hole and you're climbing out of it. And I'm happy for you. And if this is what it takes for you to get out that hole, then go ahead." And I was like, "All right, thank you, Mom. I love that. I appreciate you." And that's how it went down. Moved to Texas. I went there as early as possible. I told the coach, as soon as I got the coach's number, talked to him, I was like, I want to be there as early as possible. I want to start. If I'm the first one there, great. If not, then oh well. I can work with the guys. But I want to be there ready to go. He was like, all right, yeah, you can come in this day. Was there. I went there a week early by myself. Couldn't even stay at my housing yet. So I had like a cheap hotel for a whole week, just working out, running around, getting to know the place, running in the field by myself, running around the whole school. It was great. Like I told coach, I was like, you're taking this chance on me. I'm not going to let you down. I'm going to come here and show you that I deserve this second chance. It's not just a regular kid coming into your program. It's a big time kid that I carry myself that way, and I want you to know it. He was like, all right, here's enough talking, more action. And I was like, all right, I like that. I like that. And went on to play there, and we had this David Rocha guy come in here, and he was like, oh yeah, we have a. I was like, oh, how do you guys do the highlights and stuff? Because I would like to have film on me. He was like, oh no, we have a guy. And I was like, all right. And this guy came in. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. This guy came in here. It was all right, man. It wasn't the great cameraman, best cameraman ever, but he got something going. He's just starting as well. He was just he's like a young adult as well, 23 years old. He's coming up trying to, where you were at one point.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, great. Been here, done that. Already been with someone that was a beginner, helped me out a lot, had a great season as well. So nice to meet you, man, and let's get to work,
Yeah.
Let's get to it. And that's how that went. I don't want to talk about much of my season there because I'm pretty sure, I let my highlight show what I brought to the table that semester.
Yeah, you need to share that with me so we can share that out and let some people see it.
No, for sure.
I haven't shown it to Maria. Already saw some bits of it, and we're like, man, boy can play.
Thanks. Yeah.
That bike you had, holy crap, that was crazy.
Man, I was off the map, man. After the whole Charlotte thing, kind of like put me off the map. No one knew anymore. What is Fernando doing? I had my friends, Colin, Ethan, Reed, all these guys. Like, where are you?
I was trying to follow along, but I wasn't really sure what you were doing.
I went off the map. People didn't know where I was. People didn't know what I was doing. People didn't know if I was still playing soccer or like what I was doing. They didn't know what I was up to. So I was like, you know what? Coming to this school, I have to put myself back in the map. And I was telling my friends, like my closest friends, I was like, you know what? I have to put myself back in the map up here. Nowhere to be found. I'm off the radar. I need to get back up there. And yeah, after that bike, I kind of put myself back up there.
Sure
a lot of guys, got a lot of attention off of that. And I saw coaches hit me up again. And it gave me a relief, It was more of like, you still have it, but you just got to know that you can do everything great. But once one thing goes bad, you lose everything.
I just heard this the other day. It takes 20 years to build a reputation and only 5 minutes to ruin it.
That's a good one right there.
Yeah.
I might use that next time, actually.
Do it. And that's true.
No, because, yeah, it is. It is. When I sit back and just look at myself, my progress and my flaws, my negatives and positives, that's what I look at. There's a lot of positive things, but few negative things that ruin things, that not ruin you, but makes you grow, but it takes a lot when you just mess up that one time.
Yep.
It just one time. You can do so many great things, but just that one time it's done, said and done. this, you're that, and that's how it is, man. And I have to learn that it can't be one. You know what I'm saying? Now it can't be that one mistake no more. It just has to be greatness, and I'm striving for that.
So within this greatness, what are your goals right now?
Man, I have big expectations, man. This is my goal right here. I'm off. Been off for like 2 years, 2.5 years or so.
What do you mean you've been off?
Been off as in like not playing at a high level, not being in a high team with players better than me.
Okay.
You know, some players are good. I'll give it to them because I'm realistic. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. You know, if you're good, I'm gonna tell you you're good. You're missing this and this, and the same for me. That's why I don't like talking about myself. You know, just come watch me play. I would tell you. Are you good? Come watch me play. You decide that. I'm not gonna tell you that I am or am I not, because then you come watch me play and I play bad, and you're gonna be he's not good. So I hold high expectations this year. So I've been off. Now I'm back on. I'm in this great level. I'm in shape. I feel great. Eating well. Working out every day. See that Charlotte has a new team. 2021 they open up to be in the MLS, and that's my goal. I feel like that's the best way for me to show not just myself, but show people that have doubted me, that have talked bad on me, and told me to my face that I'm not going to be that person. You know, you're not going to be successful. You're not going to do this and that because that one mistake. You know, after that one mistake, it's been hold on to me. It's like I'm walking with that with my forehead. You know, so I feel like I got something to prove. Little baby right there. You know, so I'm coming. I have to finish off my semester at Northeast Texas. This spring semester, finish that off, get my associates. And I move into Greensboro on the fall, basically the summer. I'll be there. I'm going to be the first one there. I already told the coaches that. I already told them. I was like, you know what? I want to be there. I want to be the first one. I want to get to work. Let's get to it. I'm not here to mess around. I'm not here to play around. I have 2 years of eligibility. I'm here to chase it. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to. I don't want to say much because I want to prove it to you. He was like, all right, love that. So I want to come in there. I have high expectations. I've seen one of the kids win first round this year with 18 goals, 7 or 8 assists.
Okay.
You know, those are my goals now. You know, if he went first round with those stats, I'm pretty sure I can put those stats up there. You know, mentioned that the kid played at Clemson University, so like you expect to shine there. You know, I'm going into Greensboro. Great. I'm not saying that Greensboro is not a great facility. Yeah. It's not a great program, but going in there with that same mentality, you know, I know what I can bring to the table. I want to score 10 plus goals, assist as much as I can. I'm a striker. I want to show them again that who is the real me. You know, I feel like I'm jeopardized for one thing, and they're not seeing the rest. You know, and then they just don't care about it. So I'm gonna bring that rest up again, and those are my goals. Come up here, I want to win that Heisman thing for soccer. That's what that kid won too as well.
Oh, some kind of Heisman thing.
Yeah. Heisman. The best player in college or whatever. I want to do that. I have high expectations. I feel like I can, if I push myself, of this progress that I have made, my mentality of my what I take from everything that I've been through. I feel like I can be. So I have that, and I want to be one of the first rounds. You know, I want to be, if I can be the first round pick, number one, I want to be that. You know, I want to have to prove everyone wrong. People telling me that I can't do this and that, like, all right, just because you said that means that I'm actually not going to be that. Like, I'm going to let you determine what I'm going to end up to be. No. And I'm going to prove you wrong for that. You know, you want to say this about me, then all right, keep thinking that. No, I'm going to come at you. And I'm going to come at you because you're coming at me right now. You know, not in a bad way, you know, in a professional, good way. And I'm going to be like, yeah, here it is. And this is what it is. I want to be a first round pick. So they can be like, whoa, I want to play for Charlotte. If I could play for Charlotte, I feel like that would be great. You know, just hold up the jersey, be a Charlotte player. It's just a great, be home.
Have your mom repping your jersey.
Mom right there with me. Everything, you know. all my friends are from Charlotte. All the coaches that coached me, all the people that support me, all the people that don't support me, the people that hate, all these people are important to me. All these people make me be at my best, make the best of Fernando Garcia come out of it. So those are my goals of this year, and I feel like I can do it, man. It's progress for sure. Patience is key, and you just got to keep working, because when you're resting, there's another guy out there working harder than you.
That's right. So
I want to be working more than that guy. And I don't want, if that means I don't have to sleep, then I won't sleep. I'm chasing for it, and I want it. And, like I said, and I'll repeat it again, I learned from my mistake. I seen my mistake. It's in the past. And that's what's making me grow. I hold on to that. I hold on to important things. And that's what's making me and pushing me to get there. All my friends are telling me, oh, don't mess up again. Don't do this again. Don't make bad choices. I was like, all right, I like that, man, but don't keep bringing up the past, like learn from it. I know, but thank you. I'll accept your advice. I'll take that in because, it's not.
It's out of love.
It's out of love. And at the end of the day, it just shows that there's people there that want me to be there, like
they know you can get there.
Yeah. I'm going to let them down if I'm not there, So it was just like, I take that. I'm like, all right, thank you. It's pushing me.
Make your mistakes early on, Fernando Garcia. You're gonna do great things, man. You're gonna do great things.
Man,
the confidence is gonna carry you through. Make the mistakes early on. I made a lot of mistakes, ton of mistakes when I was younger, and you learn from them. You know what I mean? It's like if you didn't do that, you would not be where you are today. You wouldn't have learned from all that. If there's any last few things you want to say to everybody out there about coming to watch your games, let everybody know where they can find you on social media. Anything you want to say? This is your last opportunity.
Well, you know where to find me, man. I'll put myself out there. You'll find me somehow. But you can follow me on Instagram, Fernando __ Garcia with _A. I'm not private, so you don't have to follow me. You can look at me there. So
check out some of his highlights.
Yeah, you can check my highlight is up there. I was also going to put the highlight from when you got me in my bio because somehow I can't put this one in. I don't know, I'm having some difficulties with it.
Let me know. I'll help you out, yeah.
And and one advice, man, is just that if you mess up, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Maybe sometimes I had a friend call me today and tell me that, oh, I messed up and everything. And that's my advice for you, man. You're going to mess up. It's okay to mess up. People see it as a bad thing, and they're gonna let you know it's bad, man, because you're lacking. If that happens, if people are telling you mess up, man, you're messing up. Have a time to look at yourself and actually ask yourself, are you messing up? Point out your flaw yourself, like make yourself see it and grow from it. Like actually learn, study yourself, because at the end of the day, you can be better than that, man, and it won't happen again. You look at yourself and you say, man, I shouldn't have done that. You can look back and be like, I could have for sure taken that a whole different way, or reacted a whole different way, or treated it differently. And that's my advice, man. Like, don't let one mistake define who you really are, because it's not you. You, and keep doing you. You're gonna mess up because nobody's perfect out here. And to be perfect, you got to go into imperfection. You have to mess up. You have to look at the failures and grow from them. And that's what makes you be perfect, but you're just not there yet. No one knows perfect. And if you are perfect, come to me right now, please, because I want to be perfect. So that would be my advice.
Okay.
Fernando Garcia, I'm out.
All right. Well, we're going to continue to pray alongside you for your success and see what you can do in the next couple of years, man.
Yes, man. Thanks. Thank you.